Hey friends, how's it going? The story begins with Amanda and Dale, a couple out trekking in the forest with a friend. It's already dark. They've clearly lost their way, but instead of panicking, they're laughing. The friend, holding a camera, keeps recording everything like it's just a fun memory. They think it's all just part of the adventure, but they have no idea what's waiting for them. As they move ahead, Dale suddenly spots a man standing still in the middle of the path. He looks lost, or maybe in trouble. Dale decides to help, even though Amanda senses something's wrong and tries to stop him. She pleads with him not to go any closer, but Dale ignores her concerns and keeps walking toward the man. As the man slowly turns around, they see his face, covered with a disturbing, unnatural mask. Instantly, Amanda, Dale, and their friend realize this isn't a normal person. They try to run, but it's already too late. From the shadows, a masked girl appears and slashes Dale with a saw. Amanda and the other friend run for their lives, but they don't get far. Masked killers begin to emerge from every direction. In seconds, the forest becomes a hunting ground. One by one, they're all brutally murdered. But the real question is, who are these killers? And why did they target Amanda and her friends? This mystery will unfold soon. Cut to the next scene. We meet Hope, an assistant director struggling to make a name for herself. She's out with her teammates, Ben and Sean, scouting for a horror film location. Their producer Kevin had warned them not to return empty-handed or they'd lose their jobs. Hope is determined. She wants to become a director someday, and she can't afford to fail. She convinces Ben and Sean to keep searching. Ben doesn't want to go further, but he agrees, only because he cares about Hope. Meanwhile, Sean is filming everything nonstop. He explains that Kevin had told him to keep the camera rolling 24/7 so they could later use the footage as behind-the-scenes content. If he stops recording, he could lose his job too. After hours of searching, they finally find it, a creepy, isolated house in the middle of the forest. It's eerie, but perfect for their film. Hope knocks on the door, but there's no response. Suddenly, a scream echoes from inside. Ben panics and wants to leave, but Hope believes someone inside might be in trouble and insists they check it out. Reluctantly, Ben and Sean follow her into the house. Inside, it's completely dark, except for a television that's still playing. They laugh it off, thinking the scream probably came from the TV. But suddenly, a man bursts in, angry and shouting at them for trespassing. He demands to know who they are and what they're doing there. Hope tries to explain everything calmly. She tells him they're filmmakers and that they were just looking for a location. She even offers him money to rent the place for 2 days. The man eventually admits that he's not the owner, just a caretaker. And at first, he refuses. But after thinking it over, he agrees to let them stay. Before leaving, he gives them a final warning. The locals in the area don't like outsiders, and if they get offended, they can be dangerous. Ben was already nervous, but after hearing the caretaker's warning, his fear grows worse. The caretaker soon leaves, but Hope and her teammates are still excited. Hope quickly calls Kevin to inform him that they found the perfect location. Kevin, now on his way, instructs them to click pictures and shoot videos of the forest before he arrives. He wants to see how scary and atmospheric the place truly is. Hope agrees. She, Ben, and Sean start taking photos and recording videos in the woods. But suddenly, Hope feels something watching her from the shadows. She freezes. There's a presence nearby. She can sense it. Panicked, she calls Sean. He shines a flashlight in the direction, but no one's there. He assumes Hope is just tired or imagining things due to stress and hunger. Hope tries to brush it off too, thinking maybe he's right. They return inside and begin reviewing the footage they just captured. And that's when it happens, the first twist. One of the videos clearly shows a masked figure in the background, the same masked killer who murdered Amanda and Dale. He was watching them, right there in the forest. Hope, Ben, and Sean are terrified. They have no idea who this person is or why he's stalking them. Ben recalls what the caretaker had said, that the locals here hate city people. Could this be one of them? Are they in danger? Could they be next? Fear takes over. They decide to lock up the house. Every door, every window is sealed. Just then, Kevin arrives. Remember him? The producer. They let him in. Kevin is impressed by the house and the location. He praises all three of them and even promises promotions. But he quickly notices something off. They look pale, scared, not excited at all. Hope and Ben finally tell Kevin everything. They show him the footage. But Kevin just laughs. He thinks it's all a prank. He brushes it off, saying it's probably some teenager wearing a mask trying to scare them for fun. Ben tries to reason with him, saying no teenager would sneak into the deep woods in the middle of the night just to pull a prank. But Kevin doesn't take it seriously. He pulls Ben aside and reminds him this could be the biggest break of their careers. If the movie succeeds, they could all become directors. Kevin's words hit hard. Slowly, Ben, Hope, and Sean agree to stay. Kevin then calls the film's director to confirm the location, saying everything is set. He decides they'll spend the night here and start exploring the place tomorrow. Kevin is excited, but the others are still terrified. They try to convince Kevin to leave, but now Kevin is losing his patience. He warns them, if they walk out tonight, they don't need to come back tomorrow. He'll fire them all. A heated argument begins, but just then, knock knock, all four freeze. Who's at the door this late? The assistant director wasn't supposed to arrive yet. They open the door, but no one's there. Not a single soul in sight. Kevin again brushes it off, saying it's probably just a local kid playing a prank. He shuts the door. Knock knock. It happens again. This time Kevin, now angry, swings the door open and sees them, three masked figures standing outside. Two men and a woman. Hope, Ben, and Sean are horrified. But Kevin still doesn't believe it's serious. He walks up to them, scolding them, asking what they want and why they're interfering. But these aren't pranksters. These are killers. Without a word, the leader raises a weapon and kills Kevin right in front of them. Ben, Hope, and Sean run back inside, slamming the doors shut. Their hands shaking, hearts racing. They don't understand who these people are. Why are they being hunted? What did they do to deserve this? Hope suggests calling the police. They rush to grab their phones, but there's no signal. Confused, they check again. All their phones are dead. No network, no service. That's when they hear a voice outside. The masked figures reveal that they've jammed the signals. They've set up a mobile jammer around the house. No phone will work within a 100-meter radius. Now imagine 3 ruthless killers outside and 3 helpless people trapped inside. But the biggest question is, what do these killers want? Their fear is just beginning. The nightmare has only started. The masked figures now cut the power to the house, plunging everything into darkness. Hope, Ben, and Sean are terrified. Suddenly, one of the masked killers gestures towards something near the TV. They look over and notice a stack of DVDs lying nearby. As they play one of the discs, the screen shows a horrifying scene. A girl, once living in this very house, is being brutally tortured and killed by the masked group. Watching this sends chills down their spines. Ben finally snaps. He yells at the masked figures, demanding to know what they want, why they're doing this, and what they're trying to prove. In response, the masked group makes their demand clear. They want the girl. If the others want to survive, they must leave her behind and walk away. Hope is shaken. She doesn't understand what they mean. Why are they after her? Is this a case of mistaken identity? She tries to reason with them in fear, believing they've confused her with someone else. She insists she's no one important, just an assistant director. She's never even been to this place before. She begs them to let her go, but the killers don't care. They have no intention of letting her leave. Hope then approaches the female member of the masked group, hoping she might listen. Pleading with her, Hope asks for help, saying they're both women, both human. She promises they'll never return and begs for mercy. But as the masked girl lifts her head, Hope sees her face clearly. And in that moment, she realizes this isn't just a killer. This is a cold, heartless psychopath. She's not going to help anyone. The 3 of them, Hope, Ben, and Sean, feel trapped. With no one coming to rescue them, they have no idea what to do. Ben tries to calm them down. He says they just need to survive the night. By morning, the rest of the film crew will arrive, and with them, help. So they decide to hold on, one terrifying hour at a time. But things take a darker turn. Remember Kate, the producer's assistant? She's finally arrived. They hear the sound of her car pulling up outside. The trio rushes to the window, shouting for her to leave, screaming, begging her to turn around before it's too late. But she doesn't get the chance. Before they can do anything, the masked killers capture her. Moments later, they airdrop a video message to Hope's phone. She opens it, only to witness the same horror all over again. The masked killers are torturing Kate. Just like the girl in the earlier video, the message is clear. This is what happens to anyone who shows up, and soon, it'll happen to you too. Horrified, they realize standing still is no longer an option. Ben says they need to fight back, or at least escape. He tells the others to gather whatever weapons they can. They rush to the kitchen and grab whatever they find: knives, tools, anything that can help. Ben comes up with a risky plan. He tells them the masked killers are out front, so he'll sneak out through the back. Once he's at least 100 meters away, the signal jammer should stop working. Then, he can call the police for help. Hope and Sean agree. They have no better option. Ben quietly sneaks out the back door, but he forgets one thing. These aren't just criminals. They're relentless, merciless killers. The moment Ben steps out, the masked group spots him. They chase after him immediately. In desperation, Ben runs back inside. They slam the door shut. Their fear is rising fast. They don't know what to do or where to hide. Then, they hear it, the sound of glass breaking. One of them has entered the house. They follow the noise toward a room. As one of the intruders steps out, Ben reacts fast and kills him. They shut the broken window, but now the killers are furious. Watching one of their own die sends them into a rage. The leader makes a terrifying decision. He's going to burn the house down. Outside, he begins pouring fuel around the building. The fire starts to spread, and inside, the 3 survivors stand frozen, watching the flames rise, knowing the killers won't stop until they're all dead. With the house now on fire and no help in sight, Hope realizes there's only one way out. They have to run. She urges her friends to escape into the forest. Just keep running. Don't stop until they're far away from the cursed house and whatever's hunting them. But before they can even make a move, the masked girl appears again. One look at her, and all 3 scatter. Hope and Sean take off into the forest, while Ben stays behind in the house. And that's when the real bloodbath begins. Sean becomes the first target. One of the masked killers catches him and kills him brutally. Meanwhile, back inside, Ben fights back with everything he's got. He manages to kill one of the masked attackers. But the second one, the one with the saw, is faster. He cuts Ben down. Now both Sean and Ben are dead. Only Hope is left. She knows she might not make it out alive. So she records one last video. She states her name, Hope, and explains that she came to the forest with her friends, but they were hunted by psychopaths. She says if anyone finds the footage, they must catch the killers. With that, she makes one final run. Dodging death at every turn, she pushes forward, until finally she reaches the edge of the forest. Just when she thinks she's safe, a car appears on the road. It's the caretaker, the same man from earlier. He's come back. Relieved, Hope asks him why he returned. He says he left something at the house and came to retrieve it. Hope wastes no time. She tells him everything. The caretaker stays calm. He tells her not to worry and promises to get her out of here. He starts driving, but then something feels off. The road he takes is familiar. Too familiar. Hope realizes he's heading back toward the house. It hits her. The caretaker was working with the killers all along. When Hope confronts him, the horrifying truth unravels. He had been taking money to lure victims into the trap. People like her were never meant to leave. But this time, he made a fatal mistake. Hope isn't prey anymore. She's become the predator. With everything she has left, Hope attacks him and kills him inside the car. She stumbles out, bloodied but alive. The remaining masked killers charge at her, but Hope is done running. Fueled by rage, she fights back, one by one, taking each of them down. She kills them all. And then, she drives away, alone, alive. 2 months later, remember the camera that had been recording the whole time? Hope used all that footage and turned it into a documentary. It goes viral. It becomes a massive hit. Hope, once an assistant director, is now a celebrated filmmaker. In a press interview, a reporter asks about the masked killers. Hope had claimed there were 5, but only 4 bodies were ever found. Hope responds with a nervous smile. She simply says that she may have been mistaken, and perhaps there were only 4. But what Hope doesn't know is the final twist is still waiting. That night, in her cozy new home, she relaxes. peaceful at last. And then a shadow moves behind her. Suddenly, something lunges. The fifth masked killer is still alive. Looks like this nightmare isn't over yet. So what do you think? Should there be a part 2? Let us know in the comments. Until then, thank you for watching, and goodbye.